Hey people.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, not children.
Hello, not children. Yes. Welcome to another Gamemode 4 development live stream that is not intended for children in any way.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Children may watch at their own discretion, but they are not our target audience. No,
yeah, so what we are
siree.
gonna do today, well, we're
That's
not
for
gonna build
sure.
toy trains. Today we're gonna build real trains, not intended for children.
A disclaimer a day keeps the lawyers away.
I think I can speak for all of us when I say choo choo, motherfucker. Yes.
All right,
So
today,
trains.
yep. So we have this tunnel boss module that's been on the public server for a while now. So if you are watching this not on a public server for some reason, then you can check it out there. It allows you to dig tunnels using minecart. And the thing is, minecarts really are a bit boring, especially our tunnel bores. But I bet we could make them more interesting if we added trains, proper trains, and the horrible vanilla trains mechanic, which will be included in the tunnel boss module once we've coded it.
Yeah, we were thinking about making linkable minecart trains, basically. We haven't thought about. We have like a rough idea. We haven't tested whether it works. But I think it's going to be interesting. We've already fixed furnace minecarts. Also, can I still fire fish? I can. Awesome.
Fish. Just double checking.
So yes, we've already fixed furnace minecarts so they actually work and can drive. But we noticed that they seem to sort of be able to. Furnace minecarts seem to be able to pull one minecart behind them, but if they go around a corner, they generally lose it.
They can pull more actually. So vanilla Minecraft, a lot of people don't know this, has a trains mechanic. If I just get out a furnace minecart here, we can just show this off. So if you have a furnace minecart, this is a special feature of the furnace minecart, and only furnace minecarts do this. If I have a furnace minecart and a bit of coal to fuel it, you can put multiple carts behind the furnace cart, because other carts can't push the furnace cart. I can make it go and it will pull the other cart. This also works with more than one cart, so I could technically put this behind you. It's a nightmare to work with.
It's not well done, basically, yeah.
Yeah, so you can attach multiple carts and it will make it go and they will stick together and stuff like that, but you can see this is a nightmare. Yeah, so...
but how Blue called it a feature and not what's the word I'm looking for?
A bug?
A feature, not a mechanic.
Yeah, but the problem is whoever added this feature really didn't think around the corner. Oh, come on.
Is it only chest minecarts it works with?
It's all carts. Works on all carts, but you have to push them into it quite a bit at the start, and that's quite difficult when you start.
Anyway, this has really proved the point that we would like to make this work better.
Yeah, around corners the other cart just gets flung back. The same applies for slopes.
Yeah. So we're thinking of making it just so that if you have a furnace minecart and you have another cart behind it, it has like a larger distance of linking than it currently requires. And I think the plan is to give essentially minecarts, allow a minecart to be the child of a parent minecart, and it kind of follows that around. So that you end up with this sort of train. I think that's how it's going to work, and I suppose we mostly set the direction of the child to match the parent. We're going to have to do a bit of playing around, I think. And yeah, I'm trying to decide whether we should do it purely on a minecart looks for next closest minecart, or whether we should use the UUID as turn the UUID into a scoreboard number and then give it the parent score of the UUID of the... Give the child the UUID score of the parent's UUID as a score, and then use that to execute off the parent onto the child?
The thing is, the UUID really doesn't fit into a scoreboard, but I think it could just be enough.
It should be accurate enough for our purposes. We can get
Yeah.
half the UUID in. Misa
Should be
asks if
alright.
we are allowing a tree structure or a single chain. I don't think you can fit a tree onto a line. Are you talking about people placing minecarts and like lining them up to make like a triangle?
Because those are
Forward.
geese, not minecarts.
The minecarts are flying south for the winter.
I wish I was too. It's cold.
It is.
At least I still have light. I pity you, Sparks.
We should just go visit Peach in New Zealand.
Yes,
Actually, I think it's a bit too hot over there at the moment. Like
Oh, I'm fine with that.
I
a
wouldn't mind.
little
That's for
fiery,
sure.
you know, a lot of wildly fiery fire going on over there at the moment. I'd love to meet Peach someday. New Zealand is on my bucket list. Okay, so we have our... Well, that's not the thing. There we go. We have the code for tunnel bores here. Where do we start with this?
Yeah, we can use main here. Main technically runs for all minecarts, but the thing is, so we've thought about this before the stream. We have to have some way of identifying a drain. So we could either have a link item, but that's super complicated because it's hard to test for right clicks with most items, unless you want to carrot hook minecarts together. Or we could just use, like vanilla, the furnace minecart as an identifier, allow that for drains. Even if you ride over powered rails, that would work fine, because furnace minecarts work fine on those.
Do they speed up over powered rails?
I think,
Like
yeah.
a sensible cart?
Yeah, they do, but they don't go as fast, actually. But they do speed up.
Okay, cool.
So we could just use the furnace minecart as an identifier and look. So for each furnace minecart, we look for carts behind, then we join them into like a drain when they are close together.
Okay.
Furnace minecarts aren't used too frequently, and chances are when furnace minecarts automatically create drains, players will use them for drains and nothing else.
Is main running off all minecarts or all furnace minecarts?
Of none. I think, or what's main saying?
Didn't you just say that main is run off all minecarts? It looks like all furnace minecarts.
Main is not run of all furnace minecarts, I'm pretty sure. It runs of all entities, main. There's another function called that's main, a main equivalent. Let me just expand my tree view here. Yeah, main is run of all entities.
Huh.
So as no entity, it's just main.
It's run off the server.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's
That makes
different
more
from
sense.
run off all entities.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, is that Duck? It is Duck. Hey, Duck. He's in the
Hello,
stream.
duck. We have one balcony with a little bit of standing room, and blueprints for the rest. So yeah, we'll get there.
Okay, so I
Year-old
guess
stage, still not finished construction.
we
It's
need
fine.
to run a new file off here then, since we've got something running off
Yeah,
all
that's-
tunnel bores, but not anything else.
There is a 20 Hz function that runs on all furnace minecarts, but we don't want this on 20 Hz, do we?
No, we might have to adjust carts at 20 Hz, but hopefully we can link them at a slower speed.
Can you put it down here, please? Box?
No, je
It
refuse.
needs to go there.
Trains. Execute.
Almost added it.
We haven't streamed for a few weeks, and with the exception of one Saturday where I was working on some Foxy Boxes stuff, I haven't touched Java commands in a while, so I'm probably going to bedrock hard on this. As at type equals. In fact, I spent all day typing the old execute format into my computer. So type equals furnace minecart. No tags, just all furnace minecarts. Did you just new line me? You just new lined me.
No, sorry, I needed a new line.
Run function. Do we want a new folder for all this stuff? I think it's probably a good idea, right?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Let's create one called trains. Trains. GM4 tunnel bore. Trains.
Did we namespace this one? No, we didn't namespace this one. Not yet. We'll get there.
Yes. How is Bedrock? Asks Crop. It's getting a little bit more bearable every day. With the exception of the recent update, which broke everything. They released a hotfix yesterday, which deletes all of your worlds when you update to it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds more catastrophic than the fixing part.
And their previous update broke a huge amount of games on the marketplace, and they're not going to be fixed until February.
Why that long?
That's when they will have time to fix them all. Yes. Tunnel bores, trains. What do we call this? We're trying to link minecarts that aren't currently linked or are we? I guess every cycle we want to check.
I guess this is the linker, so this establishes the link between cards, and once they are linked, we need to do something at 20 Hz to keep them aligned.
If a furnace minecart loses its child, does it need to know about that? Or is it? There's a knock at the door and a policeman.
I think that would be decent, yes.
The policeman with his hat in his hands, just like Mr. and Mrs. Furnace Minecart. I have terrible news.
Does it need to know about it? Actually, I don't think
we
it
could not
needs
find
to
your
know
son in
about
the
it if
maze.
we construct
He is
this
lost.
the right way.
I guess what we'll do is the Furnace Minecart. Can we tell which direction is behind a minecart?
No, we can't, but we can make it so.
Can we look at their motion?
Technically, yes.
I would imagine that linking trains, you're probably doing it while the train is stationary.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Much like my pencil case, there's going to be a lot of stationary.
So the thing is, for furnace minecarts, we can look behind, but only when they are moving. The minecart doesn't know front from back, and its rotation doesn't reflect that either.
Can we store a last scene moving?
We could tell what way it's
already have
facing
that.
roughly based on where the rail is.
Yes.
We know the orientation of the rail below it.
I have that framework in place.
Yeah.
It's already running for furnace minecarts.
I'm just wondering whether we require a furnace minecart to be at the start of a train or at any point in a train.
I mean, if it's at any point in the train, we don't have to care about the carts in front of it because it can just push them.
That does. Yes, I guess so. I'm just wondering what happens. What happens if we have a? Right, I'm just putting a block down here. If we have a furnace minecart and we tell it to link a train, which is this block here, and then this train says to look for a minecart that is linked. And then when the furnace minecart moves in this direction, pushing these linked trains, these trains are going to go, I'm supposed to be behind the thing that's pushing me, and just like teleport back here, or get broken, or get lost.
What we're going to have to do, Sports, is we can't really tell front from back for these minecarts unless they are moving. Trust me, I've spent like days on figuring this stuff out. The best approach is, I think, to do the vanilla approach. So we have the furnace minecart sitting here, and this can't be pushed by other carts. And then we test for cards that are just inside its hitbox. Or not just inside the hitbox, but pushed into it, you know?
Uh-huh.
And by being that close, we can say this must be intentional, so link those.
Yeah, okay.
And if you attach cards on both sides, that shouldn't...
It depends on how we keep them linked, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Like, chaining them with the scoreboard is going to be fine. Moving them based on those numbers is what might cause a problem.
I think the best way to keeping them linked is looking at their motion vector and projecting that into their facing vector for all linked cards. So take the motion, project it into facing, and then do a raycast, like 1 block forward, so half a block, and then check for a card there. And if there's a card there, then you should be linked, and then align your motion towards that.
Should we only execute the linking function off furnace minecarts that are not moving? Because
yes, probably.
Yeah, because we probably don't want furnace minecarts to be thinking about like constantly relinking their train while they're moving.
Well, we could give them a linked tag.
Then we have to constantly check for a lack of a child in order to give them the unlinked tag, though.
The thing is, the vanilla trains can be found when they are moving.
I guess we're going to have to keep checking the linking even when the train is moving, because if a minecart gets destroyed or goes missing, then the train needs to know about that to update.
No, it doesn't really. If we do my way of doing it, like checking a block in front of the cart, in front of the coach cart.
Yeah.
For a furnace minecart, then if there's no cart in front, then we'll just not follow it anymore.
Okay. You spent several days looking at minecarts, so do you want to start us off? What are we doing here? We're creating a new function called linking or link.
Should we start at linking? I feel like we should not worry about the linking for now and start at the mechanics first, because keeping them aligned and working as a train will be harder to do. And if we don't find a working way of doing that, we might not need the linking thing if this part of the module ends up being scrapped.
That's true. How do we test this then?
All right, so what we need to do is when a minecart is moving and has a tag like linked. So what the linking will do, what we will do for now manually, is the linking will tell the furnace minecart to look for the nearest card and then give that card a linked tag and chain that through. And so what we'll have to do is, as a linked card, take the motion vector of the card and make it face that way using teleport. Then raycast towards its facing direction. Check if there's like a furnace, another linked card there, another minecart there, and if there is another minecart there, then update its facing to be facing the cart, which should be just a bit off because might have gone around the corner, and then pull the facing values into the motion values.
Okay.
That's a lot to comprehend, maybe.
Okay.
A little bit of vector math.
So are we creating basically a train processing function first then?
Yeah, which should need to run on 20 hertz, but we already have a 20 hertz furnace card processor. It's called furnace card _ 20 hertz, so that's the function.
I've opened it up. Okay. So we've got the fix and we've got the cart orientation and handling, and then trains, I guess.
Give me a second. I need to turn off the radiator. There we go. I don't want to get cooked in here.
Muted asks if we're planning to release the trains separate from tunnel bores. I'm in favor of releasing trains separately from tunnel bores. However,
I would just put them in there because tunnel bores fixes furnace minecarts.
I understand, but the people might want the trains without the tunnel bores. However, the issue is obviously that we have this 20 hertz fix going on, which is going to have to run for both tunnel bores and trains. So we'll either have to make a technical module that they're both reliant on, or make one rely on the other.
The thing is, if you don't want tunnel bores, you might just not install custom crafters, which is required to craft them, or just not use them. It's not like they are doing any harm when you don't use them.
It depends on the server setting. Maybe you don't want people to be able to dig tunnels like that. Some servers might decide it's too OP for them in the same way, or for example, we didn't have lightning rods for a long time because our moderation tools had trouble understanding who set a fire if they used it, and in the same way, if somebody dug through somebody's base with one of these, it might be difficult to work out who did that. Not impossible, but time consuming. So they might decide it's not worth the effort, but still want the train system. I suppose people could, if they really wanted to, they can disable the crafting recipe for the trains, though, for the tunnel bores.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
None of our current modules have any kind of settings. There's no scoreboard where you can set a flag to 1 or 0.
The thing is, settings are horrible. Because settings, that's something that you have to know how to get to, and I don't want to use having to interface with stuff like that. For the user, it should be a flawless experience, and if they really want to customize the stuff, they can if they know enough about how it works.
I suppose so. Amisa says if we do decide to split them later, we can always refactor the code. Once 1.15 comes out and we have a couple of new tricks, and I assume that at some point Mojang will probably address minecarts, then we can consider what to do then too, because they might not be relying on that same piece of code anymore. Okay, so we've got the 20 Hertz thing here. What are we doing? We're executing off
streaming.
We're executing off minecarts that aren't tagged as linked.
No, we're only doing for linked cards. So what we want to do now is for linked cards. We want to pull the motion into their facing, which I already have code for. Let me check what that is.
What's the Gamemode for minecart entity tag? Is it gm4_minecart?
Yeah, it is, I think.
Toffee says yes.
Oh no, there was the GM for minecarts thing. There are two of them now, because I think one of them was in ziplines and the other one was in GM4, and people didn't get that.
Okay, GM4 minecarts.
Why does autocomplete not do entity tags from custom data packs?
I don't know. Tag equals GM4 train link. There is.
No, it does blocks, but it's not doing it. It is an entity type tag, right?
I think so.
Maybe it's not. Maybe the thing that does it isn't installed.
Yeah, the thing is, like I said, these entity tags, there are kind of two of them now, because one of them is included in zip rails and the other one is in GM4.
Did you put it in tunnel bores?
It's.
Nope,
I think it's
tunnel
because
bores doesn't need it.
Misa says it's because we don't have the file open with the tag in it.
The tag doesn't exist.
No,
on
the
server.
autocomplete in Minecraft itself.
Oh, right.
I was trying to see what the tag was in game, and it didn't complete it.
Can you hover over an entity to see its tags?
I don't think so.
Uh,
Not like you can with blocks and stuff, or items.
tunnel. Yeah. Not rail
I don't even
solid.
think it shows up on the thing.
I can see the barrier from here.
Yeah, targeted block is a very weird thing.
Yeah.
If only we could access the coordinates of that easily, because the game's clearly already doing this raycasting for us.
Yes.
Well, there's a range on it, though.
We could just not care about all the minecarts right now. Do it for rideable minecarts. We can change it later. It isn't that big of a change, and we'll just edit the uniform
But
namespace.
Hi.
Oh, who did that?
that was me. You're right. You can't do set type equals gm4 colon minecart.
Yeah, it's not in GM4. It's Zipray is added in its own GM4 and vertical
It's
race
not even
down.
in the list of autofill stuff.
Yeah, because the versions on here are outdated. We don't have it
Let me
on here.
fix that then.
Oh, all right. I see what you're saying. We don't have any modules installed that define the minecart list.
Yes.
Right,
And
okay.
we actually define it twice right now. Because we
Well, which
define
one
it
would you
in
like,
zip
zip
rails,
rails
so
or
there's
vertical
like
rails?
zip rails minecarts, and there's vertical rails minecarts, and there's GM4 minecarts.
What are we doing to the minecarts that are linked to a train? What's the name of this function?
We are trainifying. We're making them move along.
We're training them.
So process?
Training. Train process could probably work. Yeah. Do we have a separate folder for the trains?
We have a trains folder.
Right, I
cre-
don't see that yet, but I will reload my train. Oh, there we are.
Right, you should be able to see it on mine.
Trains process should be good. Yeah.
Yep.
Crop obsessed. We need to add the minecart tag. Yeah, we do. But I really can't be bothered to do that right now.
I'm uploading vertical rails right now.
I know we have. It's Kratos. Yeah. I know we need to define.
No! Yes!
No what?
No, this is the fixed one. I thought zip rails was the broken one.
One of them has a broken.
Because zip
one,
rails
the
was
other
the older one. I just searched vertical rail in the inventory.
Vertical rail. Alright, so now we have this. Say it as does it?
Have you tagged it? No.
Nope. What's the tag for?
The tag is gm4 underscore train linked. One word.
Train linked one word.
Mm-hmm.
Can we make that an underscore?
Yeah, sure. Train
one?
underscore linked is also fine. I've changed it.
Thank you very much. I will reload. It doesn't. Maybe it's shy. Can you guys turn around? Maybe. Maybe it will say it.
Did you definitely tag it?
Yeah, I did.
GM4 train linked. GM4 train linked. Do we have an error in the console?
Look at the
Yes,
console right
incorrect
now.
argument for command at position 8. Execute.
On which file?
Furnace cart 20
Oh,
hertz.
see, this is what I mean. I spent the whole day writing the old execute format. I knew I was going to do it.
At least you didn't put the 3 tildes.
Okay, now it's
Oh,
working.
now it's just more spam. Cool. Everything's fine. Don't mind us.
Should this... Are we super stupid? Yeah, we are.
What's that?
What's new?
We've just put the code for execute as every minecart into a function that only gets executed as furnace minecarts.
Cool.
But this means that you can we only need to process minecarts in trains if there is a furnace minecart loaded.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Technically, accidentally correct.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're totally right. That's
I mean, that's not why we did it this way, but now that we
that's
have,
valid. We could also do these trains backwards in a way, so start at the furnace minecarts, then look backwards against the motion vector.
yes,
Might actually be better than doing it forwards.
I thought that's what we were doing.
I was gonna do it from the other way, so start at the back and look forwards, but doing it backwards is better, but then we need to invert the vector.
Okay. So we've found a minecart which claims to be part of a train. What happens next?
Training montage.
So what we need... Now we want to align its fate. Now we want to make it move towards the next coach that's in front of it.
Where's that?
So let's say we have these 2 minecarts.
Yeah.
This one says it's part of a train. Then we need to make this one... We need to tell this one to look for the next cart ahead of it.
How does it know which one's ahead of it if it's not moving?
Yeah, good point.
This is the really annoying thing about minecarts. Not
Yeah,
having a
This
direction.
is what I spent like 4 days with when making tunnel boards.
If people had to link the carts by pushing the cart into another cart like this,
Then it would have a motion.
then it would work. And if you just place it one minecart
never
against
worked.
another like this, then they can't do
Yeah,
that.
if we make people push them into each other, then it would work.
I think that makes sense because like that is how you link actual train carts. You push them into each other. So I would be in favor of saying that that's how you link them. And the only one that doesn't have to move is the furnace. Although we are looking backwards from the furnace. But that's for the original linking. And I guess the furnace doesn't know which direction... The furnace minecart doesn't know which direction it will go in when it starts
But
moving.
that's fine. Once they start moving and face the other way, the train will...
So I guess the minecart will be looking to either side of itself.
Yeah, it will just look for the closest one.
Yeah.
Do we
Use
not
the
want
rail
to
it's
link-
on to determine...
Do we
which-
not want to link carts in front of the furnace minecart? Because those are going to be pushed, and that already kind of works. And if they're going to be trying to copy the motion of the furnace minecart and it goes around a corner, it's not going to go around the corner. It's just going to keep going straight.
Can a furnace minecart push a load of minecarts up a hill?
Yeah,
Because it couldn't, but was that the bug fix we did?
It totally can, yeah.
Okay.
It was corners I thought that had the issue.
There was a time where furnace minecarts could only push so many carts. There was also a time where the amount of items in a container minecart... We do get this thing where they run ahead of each other, though. Oh my god, what was that?
That was it going through them, because it didn't care.
If the amount of... Oh no, it's stacked minecarts. It's stacked minecarts are cursed.
Do they still do the speed thing based on their contents?
Yeah, they still do.
That's weird.
Stop it, special. Stop it.
I'm helping you.
I'm just placing more. Stop it. I mean, this is already a train.
It is. Why are we even bothering? Okay.
Oh, the noise it makes. Yeah, so the issue I'm having, Sparks, is when we copy the motion, we need to adjust for corners and slopes. So what I want to do is the noise. We need to catch the cart going around the corner.
Ah,
No, oh my God.
no! I was hoping it would go down into the void and die like it deserves. But no!
I'm just very concerned that our thing isn't gonna work for corners.
Six-wheel beast, we cannot detect when you click an entity with a slime ball, I'm afraid.
We can barely detect clicking.
Yeah.
Villager
Alright, so
bubble
what-
time.
Villager bubble.
What we need to do now we need to teach the cards how to tell front from back.
Yep.
So we need to copy their motion and store it into their facing. I already did this for furnace cards, but where's the code? It's under bore direction, update direction, I think.
Here it is.
Store push east west maybe. Yeah, store push east west, basically that's the thing. But this, for furnace minecarts, I do it with the force vector, not the motion vector. So where it says push X, you would have to insert motion X. Or motion 0.
Okay.
So we can just copy that code.
Does
What this code all...
Does that persist once the minecart stops moving? Does it use the? Does it store the last?
The game
known
tries to
movement?
reset the facing vector every tick.
Yes, but does your scoreboard?
In this case, yes, in a way. It's really complicated. I really don't want to get into it because it needs to store the previous direction sometimes to enable like stationary cards, and it's a nightmare.
Okay.
This also only applies for furnace minecarts, so we need to copy it and do it for normal minecarts as well.
This is your module, and I'm a little bit lost at this point. Because I have
so
no
what I'm
idea
saying,
what's
Sparks,
going
is
on.
we have to rework this thing anyways. Not rework this, but we'll have to code this for normal minecarts, not furnace minecarts, basically. Because for furnace minecarts, things work differently, and we can't just call this code.
Oh, because they don't do that weird motion thing.
Yeah, they don't
Gotcha.
have a force vector. And we don't, for grain cards, we don't have to care about like stationary cards like this, and we don't have to care about previous directions, and we don't have to care about a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Also, let me show you something strange, Sparks. Go into Spectator Mode
Yeah.
and spectate this card.
Yeah. I see
Does it look
obsidian.
normal to you? Are you spectating the tunnel board?
Yeah, I see obsidian. What's up?
Wait, what?
Ah! I see it. Oh dear. Oh dear.
What?
So,
Ah!
like I told you, the game tries to reset the facing vector each tick. And I fight that by setting it each tick as well. So when you spectate the thing, it just gives you the worst stroke.
Here is one of the frames that I am seeing in voice. Note how this is not on the stage. Ah!
There's a voice text channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm blind.
Other. Or, sorry, voice. I looked at the wrong thing on my
Chest.
screen.
What does the chest? Oh no, the chest does the same.
Oh, I have this section. Oh, I have it muted, that's why.
Ah! The chest is mild somehow. Oh, no, it got worse.
Well, anyway, when I spectated, I just see obsidian. in
You
front
can
of
also spectate the other ones. Maybe it gives you different views of the stage from the sky. for some
me.
reason.
I'm getting obsidian for all of these guys. I'm sorry. It's just
Wait. Oh,
I
by the
guess
way,
you're just not cursed.
special for added effect. Turn up the sound.
No, I can hear it already.
Alright, so now that we've seen that, we need to copy this motion system basically. So what we want to do in this process function is we want to get the cards. I haven't written Minecraft command stuff in so long.
Where are you?
So am I creating a new folder under trains called direction?
No, it's fine. We're just doing it in process for now. We can move it out later if we need to.
Okay.
We need to use scoreboard though. Can we do this on the temp scoreboard for now? Because I don't know if we can store it on board data. Motion X. I just want to see whether this concept works.
Found supply cart.
Oh, where you're looking at? Oh yeah, I tried stuff there. Yeah, I just want to see whether this concept works. Get motion into facing. So now we get these motion values, and now we want to store them into the facing direction.
Yeah, you're writing them to the same scoreboard. Is that intentional?
That's fine, we just need them for one thing. So now we need to TP the card into its rotation. Can we store into rotation special?
Maybe.
Can we store into a card's facing vector?
You can try, but I mean, motion is three values, and rotation is 2. Since we're not in quaternion space.
No, I meant like just storing a single value in there for now.
I don't. Oh yeah, now we can. We have all the fancy index stuff
just
too.
Instantly store this in there. Not even having like a scoreboard in the middle. Store result.
I think so.
Entity add as.
Because it's
0.
Gosh, list. Lists are weird. I think we might have to do like data append or something. I don't know.
I will just do this for now. Spark seems kind of out of a loop right now.
Yep.
If you want, we can make a spiral track if that makes it easier to understand instead of a loop.
Alright, so now we store the motion into the rotation, maybe? Can we now do... let me pull up a command I've got somewhere here. Where is that facing?
Don't you want motion 2 for the Z? Because motion 1 is the Y.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't know about whether rotation... I guess rotation doesn't have a Y.
Yeah, it only has 2.
Well, it has an X and a Y, but X-axis, Y-axis. It's weird. Although I guess we wouldn't want that, huh?
Where's the grid particle command that I had lying around? To say hi.
Yeah, Blue, what are you trying to do with the rotation? Are you trying to make it face the way it's moving?
Yeah.
That's gonna be some unit vector math.
Oh no. Oh right.
Because rotation is degrees.
Ah.
And motion is components.
Uh-oh.
Right, we're not like in a...
So if you want to square it and then take the square root of it and then take the tangent function, we can do that.
Yeah, so we're in a radial.
But let me know when you code the tangent and square root functions.
I mean, we can approximate them.
Why are we copying their motion into their rotation? We're making them turn based on the speed they're going.
We want to make them look the way they are going. And I was thinking that rotation...
but the motion is a velocity value.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah, but you don't want you don't want them to move. You don't want them to face their speed.
No, that's the problem.
No, you want if the motion is positive, you want them to face in one direction. If it's negative, you want them to face the other direction, right?
Yeah, but the motion is a vector. We want it to face along the motion.
Do we care if they're not on a track? Can we care if they're not on a track? Because we could just
That's a
hard
good-
code the 4 cardinal directions.
Yes, so what I did for the funnest
Plus
card special
diagonals?
No,
Maybe
not
diagonals.
For the funnest Minecart special, what I did was, first of all, I check what kind of track, whether the track the minecart is on is north-south or east-west. And once I've gotten that, then I check its motion, and then I can, depending on the motion, decide which way it's going out of the two options on the axis.
Are we sure that the game doesn't update the rotation for regular minecarts?
It does, every tick, but not in a useful way. It makes them face set axis, so if you press F3 and B and push a minecart, it all looks well and good, and you think it's 90 degrees towards the rail it's on, so you think it's like a scalar product or something, but then you push it around the corner and all things break loose and the scalar product breaks down, and you think, what the hell is going on here? Because now it's in a weird way. And now for some reason it's orthogonal again, and yeah. If I push it this way, it will change again, and it might rapidly flip at some point.
What?
Yeah,
And now, see, now it's a little bit tilted.
Yeah. What? Oh no! Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yes. Apparently, the same reason is why the furnace might corners, because when it goes around corners, the scalar product of its looking vector and its push vector gets to 0, so they lose all speed data.
Rotation.
Mr. Justice, oh, that's really messed up. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do with the particle method. That was my intention. So that particle. Flame. Flame is nice particle.
Apparently, I don't know how to run particles
Oh, no.
anymore.
Yeah, so this is data modified, the thing that I have yet to teach myself. If we were trying to pull one number from another number. What are you trying to do?
Play the
Just playing a particle in front of the thing.
Where they're looking?
Yep, there we go. It should work. But
What the?
why doesn't it
feel
spam
like-
the console?
I feel like Bedrock has just broken me.
What's the command you're doing?
Look into
I see what I did wrong. I was using tildes for the size.
Ah,
Because,
yes.
Because
fabulous.
the autocomplete told me to put tildes there, but okay.
Yeah, that's an annoying thing about
Right,
that
yeah.
autocomplete.
So the thing is, unfortunately, we can't. So what would work perfectly here is just taking the motion vector and storing those values and putting them into a teleport argument with the rotation values. Does that agree again? What I did for Funnest Minecart, I just hard-coded them because the minecarts can only go straight along these tracks, you know?
What about diagonally?
Just
Diagonals.
don't care about diagonals. They
Think
are
about
like,
the diagonals.
diagonals. They are a superposition of both. Just don't care about
Oh, does
them.
it work? Does it
Hmm?
work on superpositions?
Which one? The Funnest Minecart thing?
Yeah.
Keeping them alive? Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. I guess if like the x-axis is like hard coded and then the x the x direction is a hard coded and then the z direction is a rotation from the x-axis.
Yeah, so
Maybe.
the thing is, the funnest minecarts usually don't lose their power when they are on a straight piece of track, but they lose it once they get onto like a curve. So on the first 90-degree bend, I can fix them to keep their power, and then it will just... Yeah, then it will just keep going on the diagonal.
Cropper was looking at the game code apparently. He says the rotation should look towards where they're going.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it doesn't.
We're
It's
looking at the
somehow
game
broken.
and they don't. don't care what the code says.
Minecarts are utterly broken. Like, the time I spent fighting against the game in the tunnel boss thing was a nightmare.
Why is the particle not playing, by the way?
That's a good question. I really don't know. Is the function not running anymore?
Apparently no.
What happened? Oh, we don't have a link card. We are stupid.
Oh, you deleted the minecart, did you?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
That's nice
crop
and...
up against.
Oh, okay.
Crop up against your client side thing. It does not look the way it's going. I tested it thoroughly when I was doing like the...
Oh, but this rotation disagrees with what the F3B shows. That is correct. In terms of its execute rotation. That's... Yes? Yeah, that's fine.
Till you get around a corner. When you suddenly keep losing track for some reason at some points. You see that?
Is that a problem? I don't think it's losing track. I think it's just insta-snapping its rotation. It's not a curve, it's a...
Yeah, but anyways, what we need to do now is we need to figure out where forwards is when.
I think this one's a little... Actually, there's an easy way we can tell if it's pointing horizontally or not. Or...
We got 3 of
there.
them?
Now it should be a line. If it's a horizontal line and not an angled one, it's actually horizontal.
But does this help us?
Well, it means that we are able to read an actual rotation. It's not messing up. It's just the visual facing direction.
By the way, we should disable this rotation storage thing that's running right now.
So it looks like the minecarts are keeping their rotation information correctly around corners. It's just that the F3B screen messes it up somehow. Actually, that's a really good question. Leave that minecart there a second. If I relog, what does it do for me?
Probably fixes it.
Well, you moved it while I was
yeah, but is it,
yes, it is fixed.
Perpendicular?
It's now fixed. Right. So it's a client-server desync.
Yeah, but does this help us?
I think so, because now we can
it
actually
tells us which direction it's facing. We don't have to check the rail orientation.
If we make it go around, hang on. I want to move. Let's move this. And oh no, now the function's going to stop.
Where forwards is.
No. I have separate than the function things over here.
Yeah. It tells you which way it's. Oh wow, I just got some lag. Yes, it does, because this one was last moving. Oh, you're right. Wait, hang on.
There is no front and back.
Yeah, you're right. It continues to do it on that side, regardless of which way it last moved. Yes. So
I've seen it go on the left and the right side of the track now. Like, there's the left side of the track. There's the right side of the track. Like,
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them I started going on this way, with the other one I made go around the corner.
So we can get the north, south, east, west. We can get the north, south, or the east, west value, but not the actual direction as it last moved.
Or the diagonal direction.
Yeah, the diagonal too.
Except this one's that way. Now it's fine. Now we're good. So like, I bet I could get this one to go the other way.
The thing is, all this tells us is whether the rail is facing north-south or east-west, like Spock said.
Yeah.
And I guess we can already see that easily from the block.
From the block, which is cheaper than the MBT.
Yeah.
Or should be.
This is so weird looking.
This is just a nightmare. Like,
We spent an
What-
hour on
you
this
know,
now,
this
by
is
the way.
calling.
We've written like 3 lines
When
of code because minecarts are just minecarts.
When it goes around a corner, it sometimes gets a little bit inside of the corner.
Yeah.
Don't push me too. Stop pushing me too fast. Like you get a little bit of
yeah.
diagonal. Like there's only 8 orientations the cart can be in, horizontal or diagonal. Like when it goes around the corner, it is orthogonal to the normal plane, and then for a tiny bit it's diagonal, and then it goes back to horizontal again.
Yeah, for
Like-
tunnel bores, what I did, I only updated direction once it
Like
was
right there.
on a curved piece.
That's so weird. Mojang, fix your game. You get paid for this. We don't. We should.
Oh, well, let's do
Let's see,
something else.
let's see if we can get a load of Mojang devs on the Gamemode for Patreon.
Want to see something else that's super weird, but doesn't have anything to do with minecarts?
Why have I never noticed that with the skeletons have a cracked skull?
Oh, that's new. That's new in the new texture pack.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Spox, can you target with a set block these coordinates
Sure.
before I replace the block? Alright, just keep
Okay.
that command in your queue. Now try to set block, replace that block with air, but do the destroy argument.
I had a.
Cool.
Now do the fill command with the same argument.
Set blocks destroy is weird.
Huh.
Like I don't remember what
I'd.
set blocks destroy is for, but it's replace destroy does not do what you think it does.
Replace
I don't
destroy
remember
is
that
not
much.
possible.
I would expect that to maybe happen with water, but not lava.
Yeah, so what's happening here is when they moved lava and water out of blocks to liquids, they somehow forgot to update the set block destroy command to remove the lava. So it actually destroys the lava, but the lava, it plays all the destroy sounds and stuff, but it also tells you it succeeded, but it doesn't remove the lava actually. It's trying to remove the lava block, but there's no lava block there.
I was making a sine wave, Blue. You ruin all my fun. Look at the sine wave I'm making in the particles.
Oh,
It's magical. Isn't this what Christmas
look at
is
the
really
sine
all
wave
about?
I'm making.
Yeah.
It's blue. It's a sine wave made of signs.
We're getting so derailed.
Oh my god. We've been at this for an hour and we've written about 3 or 4 lines of code.
I know this might be depressing, but should we call it a day for you for now?
I feel very demotivated to touch minecarts ever again. I don't even want to sit in them.
The thing is, I think we have to try to make this concept work when we're not on the stream, and then we can continue to work on it when we're on the stream, because figuring this concept out is really hard and takes a lot of maths and thinking about stuff, because minecarts are a nightmare. Sorry, minecarts are a train wreck.
Oh.
He says as he gets in a cart.
Oh, Mizard is typing something in technical.
Oh, that's always a good sign.
6 shopping days till Christmas? What? Well, what do you mean? Alright, Wizard is saying, execute rotated 90 positioned one in front as minecart run for linking. Just
That'll
checking
get
for
you
minecarts in front and back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is more or less the same thing we were going to do with the... No, not with the block trick. The block trick would be hard-coded. This just does it for all the orientations. Huh, okay, yeah.
Now we need to... The thing is, this doesn't help us with, like, which way it's going, because... There is no way to
whoa, look at this. I
What are you
somehow
doing?
managed to get an actual diagonal on the rotation.
Oh yeah, it's super weird when you push into blocks.
Okay, sorry, do continue.
It's also not the same for...
What?
how can I demonstrate this? Spox, if you hop down here,
Oh.
that's a sign. Put your minecart onto these tracks, Spox. Or
Make
actually,
me.
let me make them one longer. Put your minecart onto these tracks. Why are there,
I feel like this is a distraction.
That's me. Ignore the green.
Alright, now try to move your cart into the walls. So move forwards and then backwards again. Now push backwards again. So for this it stays aligned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now try a different one. Like this.
Oh crap, I just...
Don't worry, I got you.
See, we can kind of get the two positions on either side of the cart.
Yeah, we can, but we need to tell which way it's going now using a motion.
What am I looking at here, Blue?
Alright, this works, so try the next one. Maybe this only affects furnace minecarts. Not all cardinal directions are the same for furnace minecarts regarding their push vectors. They behave differently for different cardinal directions. But apparently it's fine for normal minecarts. No, it's not. See, this one is just straight.
Well,
Oh, now it flipped.
the opposite one to this, the second one I tried, did the same thing as this. I guess I just didn't realize that's what I was looking for. Oh dear.
So, okay, Special, you can figure out both sides, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure
Now
out.
that we
Is there a way
know
that we
the
can
axis-
examine the sign of like the not like trig sign, but like the
Yep.
positive negative
yeah.
sign of the motion vector?
Yep, that's what I did for the
Translate
furnace
the-
minecart. So now that you know the axis it's heading along, now you just need to read the corresponding motion vector entry for that axis, and then
Should
you
throw out one of them.
that's only one of them, and then you look at the sign of that. Yeah. Then you do if. Then you pull that motion vector into a score, and then you do if score matches minus or if score matches plus. Where 0 is a weird edge case that really messes things up, but let's not think about that for now.
Oh my god. Sure? That's an
So,
interesting
what does
angle.
Crop say? Oh. Now it's updated facing. Crop was saying whenever the angle is differs more than 170 degrees, it turns 180 degrees. So if you turn back, it doesn't switch the minecart, I guess.
Is this
Right.
you're looking at the code for this crop? The code of Hammurabi.
Oh, so that's why it only switches once you go fast and not slow. Let's see. These are a pain to work with.
Can we just...
So I think the easiest way to get the axis that it's moving on is still going to be to check the track, though,
Can we just...
because these two
Yeah,
positions
check-
don't give us the axis it's traveling on, just
Yeah,
just a position in space that we can use to check carts around it.
Yeah, just check the track.
weird
Because
pitch.
we're gonna have to hard code axes anyway.
Weird pitch, but what if we just did away with minecarts and just allowed boats to be minecarts?
I'm down. Let's do it. Give them wheels.
Oh, we can actually do that. Don't worry.
They didn't do the chest boat. We must do it ourselves.
Let me get that for you. I will create a thing here.
Go, 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 go.
I'm hurrying up. Don't worry.
No, I'm telling my cart. Look at me, I'm racing.
Go speed special.
Do 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 do.
Exactly.
Completely different jingle, but that's fine.
Here we go.
Apparently the furnace minecarts are all over the place because it's got green particles left and right too.
Octoboat isn't real. It can't hurt you. Octoboat exists.
Come on, get in, special.
I don't think I will. My mom told me not to catch rides with strangers.
It's
And
fine.
that's pretty strange.
It's fine
Can you
if it
control
doesn't
this
say
box?
free candy on the side. Again, I'd like to reiterate that these streams are not for kids. Anyway, I guess we failed to get minecarts to go in the right direction, and we also failed to get this module progress in the right direction.
Off the ground.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to call it here. Hey, at least we streamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for the weird stream, but Minecarts are just a nightmare.
Yeah.
Wait, can you hop into any boat here and control the thing? Can you go, Sparks?
You should be able to because the topmost passenger controls the stack.
I can turn. Is anyone else?
Wait, why is there space for 3 people? I stacked the boats into each other and there's only like 2 passenger. There should only be 2 places for people here.
I briefly clicked
Did you
into
put
a
them
block
all as
there.
one passenger of another?
Oh no, I stacked them into each other. So passenger has a passenger
Weird.
and so on.
I'm attempting to wrest control of the boat out.
There is an
It's kind of working.
impressive amount of rotation.
Oh, the boat can't go
Oh,
90 degrees out of the other boat.
Oh.
Where did we
Remember
leave
when this was our only way to do raycasting?
Boats? Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. There's like one spot in the boat somewhere. Maybe the bottommost boat and the topmost boat.
I
Oh
think
wait,
the bottom...
there's 3 of us. Never mind. That's a lie.
Can you
I don't know where it
Sparks, can
comes
you dismount and remount again? Now you should be able to control this.
Oh yeah. We are going
No,
underground.
we're going this way. Or we're not going that way. It's fine. I guess it's not up to me.
Okay, well, let's drive off into the sunset. I guess this is the end of
Yeah,
the
thanks you guys
stream.
for watching. Sorry for not being very productive. Minecarts are a nightmare. That's what we learned from this stream. Oh my god, long the what.
Oh, I can
And
see my
we will-
face again.
We will see you again next time.
Oh dear. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.